My name is Pete Mroz.
My earliest memories of music and connecting with it are when I was younger, very young. I remember my father always listened to music going down the road, so I really enjoyed how passionate it made him about it. And I think that was the foundation of where I initially connected. And then much years later, I connected with it on a deeper level in church and then into the real world, if you will. The moment that I knew I was going to pursue music, I was 17, maybe 17, just turned 18, and I was singing karaoke. And I remember I was singing the Beatles song Yesterday. And when I got to the place was really loud, and when I got to the very first end of the first line, the place was dead quiet. And I knew at that moment, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I didn't know what that really meant and all the paths that it would take me down, but that was the moment. That was a moment. So the Beatles, yes. How I would describe my musical style is, I am a singer-songwriter. I write love songs, and I write about the struggles of my life. I don't write just to write. I always do it as a healing process. So my style, I would say it's acoustic based. I always try to keep one foot on the path of the blues in some kind of way. Sometimes it doesn't translate always, but that's where I believe the soul and the root of the song comes from. For me, is the blues. So I would say my genre, if you will, is adult contemporary Americana. The hardest part of songwriting for me personally is the follow-through of it, because I start to express the emotions, but then I get so busy, jumping here to there and bouncing around and coming back and finishing it. I'm a great idea guy. Sometimes I'm not the best follow-up, and that's the hardest part for me, is the initial part of songwriting. The honesty of it is what's so alluring, and the healing process of it. But to flush out those feelings is one thing, but then to flush them out and then to write it down and to make it a song that's where the work comes in. So sometimes I get working on too many things and I don't button everything up. So that's probably the hardest thing for me. I would say the most difficult part about it is knowing that you're doing something for such a great cause. And there is a bit of pressure there. There's a bit of pressure when you want to do the best that you can. So putting everything into it and connecting with the photos and what you might think, and then hoping that what you're seeing, it's my interpretation. So there is quite a responsibility there. So the hardest part was probably just the pressure, if you will, of making sure that I create something that goes with these wonderful photos. I hope I did it. I did my best. What inspired me about these photos is when I saw them, I loved it when they sent me photos of boats. I love boats. I love the imagery of a boat leaving and person on that boat, who they're leaving, and everything that encapsulates. So for me, when I got the actual pictures of the boats and everything, I was really happy and pleased, because the ocean has always been like my old friend, and I love seeing the ocean and being around it. And it really levels you as a human and makes you know where your place is in this world when you see this massive body of water. So when I saw these pictures, I thought I really could connect with the relationships of going to the ocean, wanting to be there, but yet leaving someone that you also love, and you're really torn between those two, but actually they are one and the same. So I loved it that I got those photos. I felt very, very blessed that I got picked to do those. To date, my biggest musical accomplishment would be I was asked to be a part of the Eddie Arnold tribute record. Eddie Arnold is a country legend. I'm not country, but that was the whole premise. They were trying to get artists that were not country to do these songs. And a lot of people don't know Eddie Arnold sold over 85 million records. He had 147 songs on the charts. He charted like 7 consecutive decades. I mean, that's like Eddie Arnold. So to be a part of a tribute record to Eddie Arnold and be a part now of his legacy in the small capacity I feel very, very privileged for that. And then also the fact that my fans reached out and really helped. They made my last record, Will Rise Above. That was because of their funding and their belief in me that happened. So very, very fortunate. If nothing ever happens again, obviously it's far exceeded my expectations of what I would ever do. What's next for me in my career? I am currently recording another record, and I'll get out and promote that record and hopefully get to see some people and look them in the eye and give them hugs and say hello to some people out there. I'm really, really happy right now. This is a great time in my life. It's I feel blessed. I have health, family, and I really want to see what this project does. The ProSeed Book project does. It's going to be. It's really what a great concept to have. I've always said that art needs to all live in the same thing, whether it's a painting, whether it's a picture, music, Broadway, whatever it is, they all can live in the same world because we're talking about the same thing. We're talking about things that move us. So what a great concept to put the two together.